We read in the parsha about the passing of Aaron. V'yom Hashem el Moshe vel Aaron b'hor hor. Hashem said to Moshe and Aaron in the Hor Hor, was one mountain on top of another, Agvul Eretz Edom Lemor. It was on the border of the land of Edom, saying, Yosef Aaron elamov Kilo Yovo el Oretz Hashem Asad Lefnei Yisrael. Aaron will pass away, and he will not go into the land that I'm giving to Bnei Yisrael. Al Hashem Merisem Espi Meriva, because you've defied my word with the water of the Meriva, the quarreling. It's the striking of the stone. So Rashi cites the Chazal. What does there have to identify the exact location? He was told that it was Al Gvul Eretz Edom. It was on the border of Edom. Magid Memnation is Chabru Kan Liskarev Leisav Arosha, because they attached themselves and they came close to Esav Arosha, Esav the evil one. Nifrutzu Maseyem, their actions became breached. V'chosu atzadik hazeh, and that's why they lost this tzaddik. Chenanovi Omer lo Shofot. The prophet said to Shofot, who was Melch Yehuda, who was a tzaddik, V'schabercha im Chazio, because of your attachment to Chazio, who was a Rosha, Portz Hashem es Masecho. Therefore, God sees your actions if they're breached. We find Klal Yisrael. We came to Arvas Moav, the story of Benos Midjan. We were exposed to them. They were attracted to the women. They sinned with many things. We understand the influences of the environment. But over here, we don't find this Jew sinned whatsoever. But yet the Torah tells us, because they came close to Moav, and Rashi cites Chazal, they attached themselves to come close to Esav Arosha. That was the reason why Nifrutzu Maseyim, their actions became breached. What way did they become breached? Factually, no one sinned. And the same thing with your shofat, your association with the Rosha that causes your actions to become breached. We once explained that Chazal tell us when Midas Adin is enforced, the attribute justice is enforced, it is so exacting that it doesn't differentiate between tzaddik and Rosha. You cannot be perfect enough, and your actions cannot be perfect enough that they're not scrutinized and they don't meet the grade. And because they don't meet the grade, therefore, there's punishment. And therefore, during the Mabul, although they were tzaddikim, the Gemara tells us in Sanhedrin, they perished. Because they weren't sufficiently, they weren't perfect enough. Why did Noach survive? Noach matzochem b'nei Hashem. He found special favor in the eyes of Hashem. But outside of that, he would have perished also. Now, Chazal tell us that Olam Haba was given to Yaakov Avinu, which is Klal Yisrael's. Olam Hazeh, the physical world, is the nations of the world. The nations of the world, Esav, they live high on the hog. They have tremendous bracha. But what is that bracha? All that material they get. There's no person who doesn't do some good deed. But where is he repaid for the deed? The Torah tells us, Meshalom the son of Lavido. God pays those who he despises in this world, Lavido, that should go into the oblivion. Because God does not withhold reward from every creature, even the lowly dog was rewarded for not barking in Egypt. So a human being who does a good deed, he has to be rewarded. And he has to be rewarded in this world because God doesn't want him to have a share in the world to come. So if the nations of the world have no share in the world to come, so all that they receive here, this abundance of material, factually, this is their Olam Haba. They're devouring, they're consuming, so when they pass on, there's no account. The count is closed. And therefore they go into the oblivion. So the non-Jew who has material in this world, factually, although the way he processes it, this is the ultimate in blessing, but that's a curse. Because he's exchanging eternity for something for the moment. So if Klal Yisrael now goes to Esav, which is power, which he was given the bracha of material, that was the exchange. Akol kol Yaakov. But Yadayim de Esav, the power is Esav's. So Esav, his power, his wealth, his world dominion, this is his Olam Haba. So in actuality, that's Midas Adin. If a person finds himself in a region where Midas Adin is being applied, the Jew is subject to the same Midas Adin as the non-Jew. So because we came close to Esav Arosha, therefore different to Masayim, now the evaluation is not longer an evaluation of Midas HaRachmim, the evaluation becomes an evaluation of Midas Adin. It's exacting. Once that happens, it's Nifrut to Masayim. Our actions become breached because they're not perfect enough. They can't meet the grade of Midas Adin. So till we associated with Esav Arosha, then the evaluation was Midas HaRachmim. But once we went into his region and we were in the location where continuously Midas Adin is being applied, the exactness, because he's forfeiting everything he has in eternity, therefore, which is the ultimate Midas Adin, therefore our actions become breached because they cannot be perfect enough.